Okay. So this means Tiny is either going to be a mid or a carry. Again, it feels like very much like it's a mid lane Tiny. Beastmaster comes out. So we're talking about, having that bit of durability, and you're going to get that with the Beastmaster. And the Hawks are fantastic against the Hoodwink because you can always just spot him around. That'll be just another nice
Yeah.
counter for your team.
Very, very true.
Treants, yeah.
I mean,
I mean, I know I'm. Oh,
No, go
sorry,
on.
you first.
I was-
No,
I-
you first.
Okay, well, I was just going to say, obviously, Beastmaster, it's a key counter to the Pangolier to just cancel his Rolling Thunder whilst he's going. And also, it's a Marcy, so no matter what position they're going to be, they're going for like a first item BKB. So it's good to have a guaranteed lockdown for either of these two heroes, whoever's being more menacing in the current engagement. And yeah, I think it's definitely a smart Beastmaster pick this game.
I know, right? We obviously Marcy goes for something like, Falcon Blade, Phase Boost, and straight up BKB, then Basher, and you can do a lot with that. And not in this game, right? Overgrowth and Primal Roar. I think that's something like, 6 seconds at level 1. It goes up to like 9 when both of these spells are maxed out. So it's pretty wild how long they can control anyone here. UD Vessuwan, though, they recognize that maybe gonna have problems against some of the Meteor heroes, Meteor offlaners. They get rid of the Timbersaw. I think that's a great ban. Like, I do think that if Timbersaw was picked, UD Vessuwan would have no way of actually dealing with him.
Yeah, that would have been pretty damn devastating. And luckily for them, they do decide to get rid of that. And eventually, that Bloodseeker ban comes out. Normally, when we see a Pangolier, Bloodseeker's like the first hero people get rid of, but they literally wait to the very last second their EHOME. So clearly, that just shows that they're not really that fussed on trying to make sure the Pangolier has a solid game. Sort of going to be that sacrificial position, I would assume, just going off this drafts alone. But still,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, it's the first pick Pango, and he gets the counter on the last ban, right? Like, you're like, hey, wait, whoa, he's like, hold the phone, everyone. We haven't banned Bloodseeker. I don't like this at all. I'm putting an executive decision that we ban him as a Pangolier. All right, that they EHOME mid or carry, probably the mid here that they're gonna go for. What do you want though? I like the idea of a Kunkka or a Dragon Knight or something that can go in front and take a hit. An OD wouldn't be so bad, honestly, because you are up against this like long duration disables, and OD Astral could be very helpful, and he's not an easy hero to burst down.
Yeah,
but at the same time, maybe Pango's gonna go mid. They're gonna pick an offlaner, so a bit flexible. Who they go with? They go with the
Slark. Okay, so is mid Pango offlane Marcy Slark carry then? I guess.
That makes sense. And Slack doesn't really care about any BKB piercing the stuns, because most of the time you can just purge them off, no problem. So he's actually one of the best heroes to have in these situations, right? If any team has a lot of BKB piercing abilities, you're like, I guess I'll just purge it, UD Vessuwan, they need a carry who can go up against the Slark. Lena's down, but Ursa, I've always felt is a really good pick. Very durable, can definitely go to toe against the Slark. As well as the Marcy, like he can just, you wanna hit me with your ultimate? I'll just hit you with overpowered. We'll see what's what, girl.
Yeah, just end up trading right clicks, especially with the added assistance from the TB the Treant. Sorry, but they do go for the TB. There's their final pick. How do you think that plays up versus the the carry matchup of the Slark?
I feel like it's pretty good for the TB. The problem is that it's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's a TB game. I don't feel like it's a TB game because, yeah, you can do a lot of damage to the Slark, but you're gonna have. There's a good amount of magic damage coming from the other side. The good amount of burst damage, with the Hoodwink, Marcy. And the lucky thing is that there's a lot of physical damage that you are able to you don't care about for the Terrorblade. But I don't know. I just think that EHOME can run circles on the Terrorblade, right? You got these mobile heroes. Every time he metas, then you can join the fight later, hit and run. I don't love this Terrorblade. I'm not quite sure why I don't like it. I don't think it's a bad matchup against the Slark, but I just feel like overall it can't deal with everything that EHOME has.
Yeah, I feel like until KMP actually gets really massive, there's going to be ways that EHOME can just chain lock him down and just potentially burst him before he even gets a chance to get the old Sunder off. So it might be quite a difficult game for him for sure. We'll obviously have to see how the lanes end up going for him. Obviously, paired with the Treant TB versus the. Wait, I thought wasn't Xiaoyu the carry or was Xiaoyu the offlaner? I thought Xiaoyu was the carry.
Zhao Yu is their offlaner,
That was
and
the offlaner.
MKS is their carry.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I'll call it. Yes, okay. They'd be versus the Marcy Hoodwink lane. So there's like multiple disables there, but you know they are both quite tanky, especially with the living armor on top of everything else. Yeah, I think KMP might have an okay lane, unless obviously EHOME just play like mad.
I think so too. I think maybe you should be able to farm. Just thinking that late game, you're going to be up against Pango Roll, Static Storm, Hoodwink stuns, and Marcy stuns, and then there's a Slug who can either, he can, like, with the shot or his ultimate can make it very hard for the Terrorblade to get his Sunders off. He is a level 27 Terrorblade though. It's this guy, he's played Terrorblade quite a bit. And I gotta go back to this Marcy with that cosmetic, that anime waifu girl working in a tea shop outfit. I don't know, man. I don't like
Turns into a little
it.
butterfly. It definitely makes it the hero look like they shouldn't be able to do what they do when you got a skin like that. But hey, you know, cosmetics in this game, they never make any sense. They're always just wacky and just all out there. Just all nuts.
It's wild. It's wild. I don't know. I'm not a big fan here, and I like Disruptor's mount though. That's a pretty cool looking mount that he's got. I'm a big fan of that thing.
Yeah, like turns into a big chicken. Oh, on the wrong one.
It's a raptor that's evolving into a chicken. That's where chicken comes from. Dinosaurs.
Ah, so maybe it's like a chicken from Digimon, where when they get bigger, they just grow metal, and maybe that's it.
I was a big fan of Digimon. Did you play a lot of Digimon games as a kid, or are you more of a Pokemon guy?
Nah, Digimon all the way. Pokemon was for the lame kids, man. Digimon was where it was at.
Digimon. I mean, did you play Digimon World 1 where you have the guy walking around after you and you have to like train him? That was the stuff, man. And I also felt like Pokemon. At some point, Pokemon, I know that you're supposed to like play it with other people, but I didn't have friends, so I couldn't do that. But when I would play it, I just played it. You just go to the end and you're like, okay, he throws lightning, I throw earth. He throws water, I throw plant, and it's like it just becomes super easy later on.
Yeah, Digimon was a bit more diverse, I feel. Although whenever I played Digimon, they always turned into the Numemon.
Yeah.
Just the big pile of living shit. And then you're like, what is the point of you?
And I love how you can walk around with that guy and you actually clean up the map because he actually has an interesting diet.
I remember that. It's like when you run out of food, it's like, oh, it's all right. You just eat that again.
There's a stinky pie over there. Have at it,
Oh,
so,
God.
Probably disgusting the chat right now, but it's okay.
Yeah, man. I feel like that guy just promoted animal abuse. Just making your effective pet just recycle its own produce, shall we say?
But to be fair, besides Digimon World 1, the card battle, and Digimon Arena 2, were there other good Digimon games? I feel like I don't know the rest that I'm like, oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's like the world. Yeah, Digimon World 1 was the main one I got.
The top.
Yeah. That was like the main one that was like the PlayStation 1. Yeah, I love
that
game.
Oh God. 20. So you're like it's like, oh, it's 25 years old. It's like shit. No, it's not.
Just don't think about it.
It's a quarter of a century old. No, that's not right.
Oh, don't say it like that, man. That makes it feel even worse. Oh no. Oh, growing older, man. But anyway, back to Dota 2. What we're actually here for. And looks like we might just get out the old 2-for-2 split on the bounties here. Xiao Yu actually does get a toss back down to Lion X, but no one really going to be able to punish him too much. Just going to start chucking a couple extra right clicks here onto the tree. I mean, they might actually decide to keep chasing. They got Dispose in 5, another Acorn in a couple of seconds. They sort of decide about what it is they want to go for right now. It doesn't look like
good harass though.
Yeah, well, it was really good damage. Going to force out quite a few tankers right now. Salad. I mean, this is the nice thing about being a ranged hero versus 2 melees. You could just constantly just run back, right click, and just harass as much as you possibly can. It just feels so good.
I mean, that's why we saw Viper have a bit of a stint as a support, right? You see the enemy pick up, 2 melee heroes. You're like, there you go. That's why Kuroki is always like, guys, Razor for me. I will win with it. It's like, well, maybe that's a bit too far, but it can work. It can work.
It can. But we're in the pros. They can bring out all their wacky position 5s and yeah, they somehow make it look good. But then obviously you get the fact that then people try and do it in your pubs and it does not go the same way.
And top lane, I feel like, is the one that we're gonna see EHOME come out really ahead. It's Slark Disruptor against Rubik and the Beastmaster. The Beastmaster is a bit durable, but Rubik, like usually you can just telekinesis someone away. They can't stun you, but once LWW has a couple points in glimpse, I think Boomboy is gonna be losing his life a lot, and Boomboy might be losing his life. Nope, makes the TP out. He's gonna be fine.
Okay, yeah, well, that's a slight victory in itself there for EHOME, forcing that TP out. So if they can now get the pick off onto Boomboy in the next minute or so, it's going to force him to run back to lane, and potentially they could just bully out TNT even more. I mean, we saw in the last series TNT did not have a good time whatsoever. So yeah, he's really looking to get a better time and make himself feel a bit more confident going into this series, I'm sure. Here's how you. One more right click. They get it. Just about KMP securing first blood.
And we were talking about the range versus melee advantage, but you don't often think about it when the Terrorblade is the one who goes rage, and he's the one who has the advantage all of a sudden. So unfortunately for Xiao Yu, but okay, Xiao Yu's back. He's got full health, full mana. Can they actually kill KP? Holy moly!
Yeah, that's a really risky play to go for. Fortunately for Xiao Yu, Lionax did not have any mangoes to go for a Nature's Grasp. Otherwise, I think that could have been another kill.
For sure. Like, he already had used he actually doesn't have any point. He was only level 1 at that point, so he didn't have any points to rebound. And he's not taking it either. Opting to go for the sidekick, which is helpful when the meta comes out, because then you actually have some damage to contest him, and the lifesteal is also good. But pause coming out from EHOME's side here. Interesting start from them.
Yeah, I think with rebounds, that destroys trees, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it should. If you land up. Wait. It doesn't say actually that it does.
I think
it doesn't say anywhere in either. But I'm sure. I mean, I feel like it does as well, but it doesn't say anywhere that it does.
Yeah, I mean that could be something they have to watch out for. Obviously, like you rebound in, then destroy the tree that the bushwhack was gonna land onto already has, and yeah, I've had that many times in my pubs. Like just a bit of miscommunication, and that could end up ruining your whole entire combo. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, poke onto it. He just turns around one Leap Seed, and Xiao Yu's like, nah, okay, I'm off. I'm not interested.
I'm sorry I hit you. I didn't mean to. One lane that we haven't talked about is the mid lane, but to be honest, why should we? They're just trading. They're just trading for literally the same CS, and unlikely that this is going to change. One night
TNT is going to reload. Telekinesis to make some space. MKS still wants to carry on going forward, jumping in with the axe, turn around, do the damage to get the kill, and they do. MKS actually dies first. Yeah, a little bit of miscalculation there for the safe lane of EHOME.
And honestly, it's just starting a pretty good start for UD Vessuwan right now. They are winning bottom, and now they're getting these kills. Although bottom lane, Lionix takes a bit of damage, but thinks like he's going to be fine. Oh, maybe not.
Just get himself out of danger there. Pretty close though. Pretty close.
Check out the CS. Slark only at the 14. I mean, to the 16 of the Terrorblade, but Terrorblade's got a kill. Xiao Yu suffering as well compared to TNT. And bottom, the action's not stopping at all. It feels like every time we're looking, someone's punching someone.
Yeah, they just can't stop it. I mean, both sides have got good amounts of HP, regeneration as well from the living armor. So actually, up top, Boomboy dies. Can they get the return kill there onto Lou? Juking into the trees does actually get found. So TNT will get that at least. But regardless, MKS still got his first kill of the game.
Let's make that to keep on happening, honestly. They're just going to keep getting kills on the Rubik. It just feels like the Slark and Disruptor lane is way more powerful. But yeah, TNT, those axes, did you see that? He throws out to MKS. He was about a quarter of his life. And that's going to be a problem. These are pretty low cooldown abilities. He just can spam as much as he wants.
Looks like in the mid though, Mike, he is dead. Rotation there from Boomboy. Tossle. Oh, immediately buyback. Maybe we want to try and see if we can get this kill onto BB, but unfortunately that does not pan out.
Oh, we've seen this before, right? JG used the buyback on the Ember Spirit, came back, died again. It's like I understand that he doesn't want to lose any of these creeps in the mid lane, but that is gonna hurt his economy and actually puts him way low on in terms of the cores, right? He is about almost 600 gold behind the tiny.
Yeah, that is not good at all. Maybe we can get this kill onto Boom Boy, we'll help him recover a little bit, but even then he still can't get it. Just ends up wasting more of his time, dragging him away from the mid lane, and yeah, this is not quite the road to recovery that this Pango is going to need.
Yeah, EHOME in general, I mean, the lane stage, I gotta say, Vessuwan is just winning it flat out. Like, they are just having a really good time in all three lanes. I mean, well, top lane is the only one that, you know, slacks in kills, but only a couple of kills on MKS. It's not really the biggest deal here. Especially because you're supposed to win that lane anyway.
Yeah, that is very, very true. Still, we do see the TB top of the net worth as well, just happily able to do what he wants. And it looks like both Salad and Lionax leaving the lane to try and secure these 6-minute runes, which is top. It's the illusion rune, which BB is able to get, at least able to get a return kill on towards Boom Boy. Nice toss to cancel out the Rolling Thunder, but it doesn't matter. Another shackle off to the side, locking him in place. Tried to get the dodge there, illusion, which didn't quite work out. It looks like BB might eventually fall down. Double kill for Knight, and that is exactly what EHOME needed to do.
I love what we were seeing for BB, right? He had the illusion ruin, tried to damage just right. If it had worked, it would have been looked so good for him. But 0.1 seconds against a Pango Rolling Thunder, I think that's almost impossible. Like, there's just no way you can actually time it to dodge. You don't have enough illusion spawning time. I'm not quite sure what you call it, but yeah, it's just not long enough for you to actually dodge the damage.
Yeah, unless you're like lucky and you appear as one of the ones on the side, I guess. I don't know.
Ah, yeah, like you get displaced, right? You get displaced to the one he already passed through. Apparently, there's like a way that you can know how it's done. It's like something like counterclockwise of where you are. I don't know, something RTZ would do in a pub, and that's about it.
Yeah, you do something flashy like that, and then you just get cliffed. You know, standard RTZ things. Looks like up top, trying to go onto Boom Boy again. A lot of damage being done on towards this Rubik right now. Another leap does land with the pushback, gets the connection. That is going to be a dead Rubik for sure, but in comes the rotation from Lionax. Maybe see if they can just do a little bit of damage themselves, but we'll just force EHOME to disengage.
Another death by Boom Boy. He's level 4, so it's not the biggest deal, but you do want your Rubik to be alive and getting those experience. I think he has less experience than all the other supports on the map, and yes, he does. And he wants more.
He's just going out right now, just constantly beating into anyone he can find. Boom Boy's TPing back in right now, but it doesn't matter with the two supports helping out. It's another kill actually for Salad. Just MKS really racking up assists. But hey, it's enough to give him that permanent agi.
With lane BB?
Yeah, Rolling Thunder, gonna commit it right now, see if they can get the kill. In comes Zhao Yu as well, just putting absolutely everything on top of this Tiny to bring him down. BB wants to try and get some sort of spell off, dropping the combo on towards the Marcy. Does a lot of damage, but still enough to bring him low. Boom Boy drops in the Fade Bolt, but not enough to get the kill, just force him to run away.
Smart move by Zhao Yu, sorry. He actually hits the creep a few times just so he has enough health to survive the Fade Bolt. I don't think it was actually enough to kill him either way, but it does, you know, it's like shows like his presence of mind. It's like, oh no, yeah, I'm just gonna regenerate just to make sure things don't go bad. And he's got Phase Boots, Wraith Band, straight up BKB, unless he got something different on. Yep, he's straight up BKB, first item.
Yeah. You know, the diversity of a Marcy, eh? Like, what a very vast build list that she has.
It's like that. Oh, look, she's going to go for that crazy Dagon Martin. Like, no, it's just going to be the exact same one we've seen before.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you think there could be, like, some sort of patch change to her abilities which can actually adjust this build? Because, I don't know, it just seems like no matter how they adjust this hero, it's just going to be the same thing every single time.
As long as her ultimate is what it is, it's always going to be BKB Basher. You know, which is literally as it's a BKB Basher with a Blink Dagger in between. I feel like that's a bit slow, but whatever. TNT, gets the roar out, but he's basically going to be, you know, screaming at the void right now to stay alive, and they're not going to show him any mercy. Another really tough game for TNT. He is, I mean, he's 1 and 2, but he's lowest net worth among all the cores.
Yeah, he just cannot catch a break. You know, maybe he's like got Zai Gaming sort of playstyle, you know, where he just gets sacrificed all day and then just comes in towards the mid game and tries to something then, but even still hasn't really worked out so far throughout the day. Glimpse onto BB, pulling him back. There's going to be 4 people on top of him yet again with the sharpshooter. Is there any way to keep this Tiny alive? I'm not too sure. Actually, Knight's sort of unsure which direction he wants to go, but with Xiao get involved. It's a dead Tiny for the 3rd time.
Is KMP getting enough space for this? That's the problem, right? Like, KMP, he's there in terms of net worth. That's just nice, but the other 2 cores are real suffering. And Tiny is a tempo mid, you know. You want to get the Blink Dagger and make space for your team. This is why we thought, oh yeah, this is a good Tiny game, right? 0-3, he is still far from the Blink Dagger. And at some point, you're not going to be able to jump and kill the Hoodwink. Hoodwink's got 800 health, just the prime target for you, but unless you get the Blink Dagger, it's not happening. Or at least it's very difficult for you.
Yeah, I mean, BB as well, he just TP top, but not even to gank by the looks. He just wants to shove this tower, 'cause I guess he knows he can't go back to mid lane. Every single time he does, he just gets picked off again and again. So now he's like, yeah, fuck it, let's just go hit a tower. Let me do something.
Excuse me, are we allowed to swear on the BTS official channel? You know, can we do that? Is that allowed? Because I've been holding back.
I don't know, man. I've not been told off yet. I've waited. Eventually, someone will be like, right, okay, you swore way too many times, and that's it. I'll never be allowed back onto the BTS.
when we were allowed like 1 swear a game, you know, it's like you know, like a PG-13 movie. You're allowed 1. That's about it.
Okay, I've already used mine. Then I'll have to hold off now.
You can take mine. How does that sound? I'll give you mine. That seems fair.
It could be interchangeable, you know. That'd be handy to know. I'll just have to start dropping the old, like, classic English ones, like, flipping out, look at that, whoa, crikey.
What a get, you know?
Yeah, the classics.
He's a wanker. And I'm like, well, aren't we all?
That's quite funny, because that word is actually considered, like, more of a serious swear word in England, but in, like, with America and stuff, they don't care about it at all. Like, it's all over their, like, TV and stuff, but... yeah, it's interesting. There's different priorities on words.
Well, and I don't know where to go from that. But
back to Dota.
See, that's all the safe one. You know, you're like, not sure what to say. BB, is he going back to the grave again? Stag Storm.
3 almost on his heads, and Shield Crash gets stolen away. Couldn't quite get the roll of Thunder, but it looks like BB will still end up dropping. Can they at least get a return kill? Lu taking quite a beat. Even the TB Illusions getting involved. They will manage to bring them down, but it looks like Lion Axe will be the trade. 2-for-1 as it is, but Xiao Yu caught in amongst all the enemies in the world. He is also down. So it ends up being a 2-for-2 there. But I mean, again, it's the Tiny.
Yeah, but KMP got kills. Like, that is something for your team. He shows up, he gets a good injection of gold, which he needs. Like, he's been farming well, and he's just continuing that. He's showing up to help his team, realizing that they really need him. But you're right, BB, I mean, he's made some progress to the Blink Dagger, but holy moly, is it going to be a slow one. This is a mid-Tiny, and he's going to get it's slower than some of the, well, support Tinies, honestly.
Yeah, still 800 or 660 gold away. It's not looking good. Feels like he just needs to go somewhere to farm, which is the play now. He's head towards like the sort of bot jungle area, see if he can soak up some of this sort of dead area. But look at EHOME. They know where he is. They're converging on his general location. It looks like he's got the read for it though. He's playing very, very carefully now.
Well, the good thing is that if your team can, like, you can go for the Aghanims after and you'll be fine, right? Like, you get the Aghanims, hit your team, good overgrowth. Oh, Lion X loses life. A good overgrowth, a good roar, and you can just bring someone down. You don't even have to jump with the Blink Dagger at that point. But yeah, it's been a fairly low impact Tiny so far. BB, he has a chance to bring it back later on. I believe. Like, I don't really believe, but it's possible. Sometimes, you know, that's all you need.
Yeah, most of the time, all it takes is one good fight to come on out and they completely flip it. You know, looks like Lu and Knight were thinking about invading the triangle, but good position in there from Boomboy to break the smoke and has to, you know, force them to change their mind. But instead, they are trying to go for TNT. Lu's got 3 points into the glimpse right now, so if he gets the vision, could potentially chuck him back. Yeah, he's gone.
Good hawk. And actually, that's not a hawk. That's a dinosaur bird. Do you see that? That's some sort of pterodactyl, I think they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Pterodactyl with a
interesting.
mohawk. You know, just
Uh,
a flashy one.
it's pronounced pterodactyl, but has a P in the start of the word. Yes.
Yeah. It's
I don't get it, man. All right, well,
we can't argue
check
these
out
things.
Knight. Is he in trouble? No, just gets out. Oh man, the blink dagger wasn't there. BB gets it literally a second later, and unfortunately they do miss out on that kill on Knight. Not sure if they had enough to kill him anyway, but oh, can't be. He might be in trouble.
Oh, this is not a good position to be in right now. Lucky for him though, Salad still had his sharpshooter on cooldown for a few more
Under
seconds.
me.
It's going to be the overgrowth just to hold back Knight. Can they get any more though, actually? Boomboy's trying to get like sort of wraparound right now. First connection on towards Knight, but they got the grab on towards KMP, but good move there from Lion Axe to soak up the sharpshooter shot. Might not have been enough to get the kill, but he was still just supporting his core as he can. And a quick burst kill from Knight, and that is the blink dagger reveal.
At the same time though, Slark, he's got the Agasito. He's ready to fight. That was still like not that bad, honestly, for him. Yes, you lose Knight, but the amount of things you had to commit to get it was pretty crazy. Like Vessuwan had to bring 4 people, and they almost got a kill on KMP. It's like it's still very scary for Vessuwan. You're like, oh, we had to get that kill. Like if we didn't get that kill, something is wrong. Top lane, TNT.
Yeah, looks like MKS just trying to go for some sort of little solo play here, just leaping around there with the Axe usage. He's also coming in Lou from the side, see if they can get the kill. Meanwhile, the rest of his team, Vessuwan, using the Beastmaster distraction to try and take down the tier 1. But here comes the TP rotations. And they do actually manage to punish the Disruptor, but back in the mid lane, this is the BKB usage from Xiao Yu, but those right clicks from the TB just does not make any difference in that your magic community. You still take out physical damage. And they even find Salad. Okay, right, this KMP, he's off to a fantastic game.
He is never getting his hands on Terrorblade in the rest of the series. You know what I mean? Like that's it. That's he's never touching Terrorblade after this. Lion Axe.
Oh, MKS, he has been quite into the hoof stomp as well.
Well
from
played.
The Centaur. And TNT not missing an opportunity there to drop a little taunting tip. You know, that's it. That's some proper psychological warfare. Tilt your enemy. That's the best way to win a game.
Well played. Like the use of the Centaur to get that extra stun duration. And EHOME, it is it's an even game. The win percentage tied, slightly in favor of them, but Vessuwan swung it. I feel like they swung it back after what was it, like 5,000-6,000 deficit? It was pretty massive, and then they managed to bring it back. And yeah, it was 5,000. Like that is insane.
Yeah, doing a very, very good job. It's literally, well, I would say it's all because of the blink dagger, but the blink dagger is definitely a big helping hand that comes out from BB. Like, as soon as he's actually able to get that single item online, start doing a bit more work. And oh yeah, rebound. It does destroy trees. Just saw it there in the mid. Like it landed on top of the acorn shot.
Well, that's what we thought, right? It just makes sense. On the Rubik has sidekick, by the way. You give that to the Terrorblade. Terrorblade's not a hero who generally gets a whole lot of lifesteal early on, so that is pretty massive. And the extra damage, I mean, 65 damage per hit is.
Yeah, that could be a big outcome in the next fight for sure. Oh, jump forwards onto Knight, trying to get the grab. Can't quite get close enough though for the toss. Nice usage of the diffuser blade there. Does give him the space. Meanwhile though, speaking of KMP, he has been caught, gets glimpsed back in towards the static storm, and unfortunately for him, no way of surviving that. 5 people on his case. Boomboy also getting involved, thinking he could try and defend his carry, but ends up just being another body there onto the pile. We'll see if EHOME are going to be able to do some damage here onto the tier 2. Has got the living armor, but if they focus down, they might actually be able to get this objective.
So one of the things that UDV had going for them was that they were bringing more numbers, right? You saw MK as just farming most of the time, and now he's starting to get involved, and when he does get involved, I mean, this time, of course, a bit unfair, UDV didn't even have half their players in that, but once he gets involved, suddenly that numerical advantage that UDV was relying on is gone. Roshan feels like it might be an option for either team, you know, a pick up by UDV or EHOME. Suddenly Roshan is going to be an option. The Raid already have a nice sword right next to it, so they're going to spot if EHOME goes for it unsmoked. But yeah, Roshan looking like an option. Marcy, mid lane.
Looking like an option. Another one tossed back into the Raw. Xiao Yu, not a hope in hell's chance.
That's an opening.
Yeah, this could definitely be the Roche. They've got the old ancient Black Dragon to help take it down as well. And there is no observer wards for EHOME in the area, so they're not going to have a clue this is happening right now.
And there is no stacks, although I believe it's going to be up very soon. They do have the Rolling Thunder. Marcy, I don't think you're going to be up in time to protest this. Oh, that's going to be the dip. That's it. Roshan's very likely gone. EHOME going 3 versus 5 into the Roche pit is still very risky for them.
Yeah, stolen bushwhack as well in the hands of Boomboy. That could be really effective. They're jumping in right now. MKS jumping straight away, going for the Beastmaster, but there's just no damage follow-up. It's forced to disengage. Luckily for them, you know, they don't get caught
brave.
out. Yeah, that was very, very risky play.
Interesting they went for it, but in the end though, UDV, they get what they need. They have the Aegis, they put it on the Terrorblade. Suddenly getting that pick off on him, it's not happening. You know, he might kill him once, but no matter what, his team's gonna be able to back him up at some point. He still needs a BKB, or at least a Manta style, but I think you need a BKB when you're up against Disruptor most of the time. Manta style is just not enough.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Eventually the Disruptor will get his axe, but it will take a long time. Salad unfortunately dying for a second time. He knew that there was a ward there, he wanted to come and, you know, get it toward it, but ends up just dying in exactly the same place. And he still didn't even kill the ward either.
Okay, and if I was Boomboy, I'd wait for him to come for the third time. Then I just deny it right in front of him. You know, I'd be like, was this what you were looking for? This ward? Oh, shame if anything happened to it, you know.
It's like the old thing, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I'm just a damn idiot.
Well, Sal's definitely not that.
No,
but we'll see if he still wants to go. We'll see if he wants to go for it. You know, sometimes you're like, they won't do it the 3rd time, would they?
Actually, this tier 2 siege as well coming out. The Black Dragon with the living armor on top of it just makes it so tanky that allowed the catapult to do a good chunk of damage. But EHOME are actually now coming in numbers into their own jungle area. The ward is still there. MKS gets caught from it though, gets tossed back into the Steve, into the Roar as well.
Whoa.
Guys, you knew there was a ward there. Oh no.
How many times did they get fooled? At this point, what are they? When you're fooled 7 times by the same trick, well, what's that? Is that that's pretty bad? I gotta say, but
there is no polite word I can use to describe that. I mean, well, I'm not even telling you, yeah, BB, they've got another grab there onto Salads. It's another death, and now it really feels like Vessuwan are in the driver's seat of this game. Gonna start marching up now to high ground. They've got better backup, still got 2 minutes 40 on the Aegis, sorry. There is gonna be a glyph to try and delay this out. I mean, can they keep some of the creeps alive? It doesn't look like it. We'll see how much damage they're able to do. Actually, Xiao Yu jumping very aggressive there on towards BB. The Stack Storm gets completely wasted and actually stolen away there. Got to be very careful. Boomboy can use that to great effect in the coming fight if they get caught out of position. But still, this tier 3 will fall. Backdoor protection finally kicking in, but creeps are coming in momentarily to take it back down. Oh,
but they're all alive.
Back from BB, found the grab onto Salad. Another death there for the Hoodwink. They do get the glimpse back on towards BB, but the Stack Storm was actually the Rubik's one. Lands its own 2-man avalanche as well, with the Thunder landing on towards FPS as well. Do so much work. Overgrowth lock in one place. Xiao Yu is just dead again. It looks like the first life of the TB is about to fall down. But he will obviously be coming back into it. The Aegis available has been popped. Meanwhile, Knight Miles have just a raw to the face. Maybe a little bit of an overkill on that one, but regardless, just a fantastic fight coming on here from Vessuwan.
That's how you establish dominance. You use your ultimate as the guy's about. Have you ever fingered the guy with 1 health? That's how you do it. And KNP, like they put a tree right on the racks to try to maybe get a bushwhack, but it's not gonna be enough. And it's all on the Terrorblade. I gotta say, he has been absolutely wild this game. EHOME, you know, they focus on bringing down TNT to work. They focus on bringing BB to work. They forgot that there's a Terrorblade. Terrorblade, I mean, based on what we saw from the anime, he's pretty dangerous. You know, world-ending threats. Xiao Yu, his world might be over.
He's just been caught again. I was forced to pop the BKB, and it will actually allow him to get out. Guys, it's another little mini victory there for Vessuwan. I think that's down to, it's down to 6 seconds already at just 24 minutes into the game. Really having to spam the hell out of that item. But talking of BKBs, the Terrorblade actually now just completed his own one, completely fresh. Actually, MKS trying to do what he can on top of Boomboy right now. Should be able to bring down the Slark at least, the Rubik, sorry. With the Rolling Thunder Knight connecting through to 2, Static Storm. just to try and make space to force TNT as well. It looks like he will be the sacrifice.
Good.
Sniped away with that sharpshooter here. That was fantastically placed. But the TB, he's going in there. 1 versus 3. He's bringing it on, boys. I'm ready to take the fight. Can he get himself out? But BKB just didn't use it. Did he forget he had it? I don't know.
Maybe it's one of those that needs to be clicked twice to work. But Linux, he's like, take me too. If I go, captain goes down with the ship. KNP. That was interesting because I saw he had BKB was like full health. Sorry, not full health, half health. I thought he'd use it then Sunder, but
yeah,
that was interesting.
Yeah, that was that's not a tool they needed, but that is exactly what EHOME needed there to help try and even this game out. Now down to a less than 1k gold advantage, win probability 53% there into the favor of Vessuwan, so pretty much back to a neck-on-neck game.
What are we seeing coming out from the Tiny? He's gonna go for the BKB. He's got the Echo Saber. Actually, I think he can just get the recipe very soon and disassemble the BKB. But Tiny feels like one of the heroes who actually needs the Echo Saber. You know, it's a lot of other heroes can disassemble, but he's not one of them. He's the one who kind of wants to keep it for as long as possible.
Yeah, that is definitely true. I sort of feel like then the Ags will be his next item pickup, right? Just to get that even further bit of AoE burst damage.
Yes.
Especially against the Slark, it's just super powerful. Like, his ult was not a way to save himself anymore.
On the other hand, LWW, sorry, I don't know if he's pronounced LWW or low, but I guess low sounds better. He's going to go for his Aghanim Scepter. He's not too far from it, about 1,350 gold. You know, I mean, it's a disruptor, so he's not going to be able to get the best farm, but he could get it. And having the next fight, oh, he'll just be dead.
Yes, you cursed the disruptor talking about him. He gets brought down. Mega kill now there for BB, and that's no buyback as well for 60 seconds. Vessuwan have absolutely everything back up online, so they are ready to just go for a push. Why the hell not? And his tier 2 will not last long, and could see another high ground siege coming.
There is a glyph available, but if UDV are committed to this push, they could go higher. They decide not to, though. Respecting EHOME's 4-man lineup, even without the disruptor. Well, they know what they're doing more. They decide they want to go for the bottom towers as well. Why wait? Why give these gold pockets? You know, just keep them there. Sorry, why keep them there? Just take them for yourself. And if you win a fight, you can also threaten Mega, which is a very nice option for you to have.
Yeah, very true. So, I guess yeah, just waiting for that next Roche. 40 seconds away potentially. We will see how lucky they're going to be with the old Gaben timing. So they've gone for this 4-man smoke, but I guess they're just sort of patrolling the base, seeing if anyone on the side of EHOME dares step outside of their base to get any sort of farm at all. They'll easily be able to get the kill if they do. Yeah, not really. Yeah, no key objective.
Let's tag on the triple detector. I think he hasn't had a while, but worth pointing out because if you jump in, you can catch the Pango, you can catch the Marcy. That's a big deal, especially when they're magic immune. Rubik not very farmed this game. Literally just a 4-staff and nothing else. So, oh wait, he does have the shard. Sorry, I didn't notice that. That's gonna be helpful for your team. I don't know if you can pull people out of the kinetic field. That's one of those. Do you think? I think you can, but I'm not quite sure myself.
Yeah, it's sort of like a height thing. It's like with Mars Arena, with some abilities you can leap over it if you put it in the right position. So I would assume the same mechanics would be a thing with the kinetic field. I'm not sure.
I mean, to be fair though, there's nothing more bugged than Mars Arena, right? Between what can go, and it's like, oh, these things should be able to go, but they don't. These things shouldn't, but they do. I just love throwing the Spear of Mars in the Roshan pit, and it's like half the walls it works and half of them doesn't or something. It's super weird.
Yeah, there's like a couple of little pixel spots where the spear just goes straight through. But speaking of the Roche pit, number 2 has now respawned relatively quickly as well. Gets immediately scouted out, and Vessuwan going to be able to clear this objective with relative ease. Like EHOME just turtle inside of their base. I mean, look at the vision they had. They've got one in their triangle, and the other 2 are actually on the radiant side of the map, which isn't really that helpful at this stage of the game. Like Vessuwan are just all up in their grill.
I think they're hoping that MKS can maybe find a pickoff or something. He's going to go for the Moon Shard. Interesting. Not a Basher, not Abyssal, not some, like Lifesteal, Sanjin Yasha, he is going for Moonshot Onslaught. I don't think this is bad. Just we very rarely find the Moonshot coming out as early as this, even though it's 30 minutes. This feels like a very early Moonshot. I look forward to see if he goes for it though. It's you know, Slark with Moonshot feels kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, do you think it's to try and like steal as much Agi as possible? Oh, he has been caught right now. The leap actually gets blocked there from Boomboy. But the second one, he's able to get himself away. And he actually manages to find like a little hole in the big wall of heroes there, Vessuwan.
He's got it. He's got the Moonshot. Okay. I guess he realizes that, you know, my damage against TB is not going to be amazing no matter what, but my stat steal is going to be amazing. And like, as you were saying, it's always going to be good. So I just get on top of the TB and steal like, you know, 40 stacks. And at that point, he's going to be dead no matter what.
Yeah. That's the aim anyway, I'm sure. That's what he wants to happen in an ideal world. Whether if Vessuwan will actually allow that to happen, though, is a completely other, you know, it's a different beast altogether. But we do see Vessuwan now going towards the bottom tier 2 right now. Going to try and clear up this final exterior tower there from EHOME. And still got a huge amount of time on the Aegis as well, so definitely can just start barreling forwards and potentially go high ground. But EHOME actually now going for this middle side of their base. Oh, the quick blink from Lionax. Fantastic reactions. Will still get dragged, but it doesn't matter. Salad gets deleted from BB. Trader support so far. Trying to run himself away there with BKB. Takes away the high ground wards. So the vision is in the favor of Vessuwan. And EHOME can only disengage. But they have triggered metamorphosis. Like, do Vessuwan now try and force the issue, use this meta while they can, or do they just fall back?
I think you have to force the issue. You already, I mean, you all have the Aegis, right? The enemy has one guy dead. Feels like it's almost like not worth it to go back. But by the way, the sidekick on the MKS can do so much. He got 12 as a stack. He's gonna go for more. Can he find him? Boomboy, I think he knows.
Oh, let's get caught by the avalanche. Curry immediately does it. That was actually big up. Ooh. Oh my lord, yeah, you just see how quickly that Slark dies when the TB's on him. No buyback available, gone for 70 seconds, and KOP, even though he doesn't have meta anymore, he feels pretty damn indestructible. BB jumping in just to get a free solo kill. Wicked 6-3 for him. This is going to be a set of barracks and potentially megas.
Don't think there's really any way for EHOME. Yeah, they call it. They just called it. I was thinking there's no way you can defend without the Slark. And interesting move by MKS to go from behind like that. If you could have found someone, it could have been worth it. But he underestimated the damage. Like, that was massive. They just get a roar off and they kill him within 2 seconds of the BKB. And I think he was like, oh, they can't get me. Didn't use his ultimate or his depth shot. So Vessuwan.
Yeah, taking game number 1 in this best of 2. And which is really, really good. You know, that's exactly what they needed, especially after the series that they just had. So that's going to be a massive confidence booster going forward. And yeah, if they can, you know, get another victory on the board, that's going to make them feel very, very happy. And also, there's the added thing of this is very, very nice for Neon Esports as well. Like, they need EHOME to lose every single game, and that's a good way for them to start.
Yeah, 1 game down, 7 to go for that to happen. But I mean, I didn't expect that this would go that way at all. I think KNP way overperformed on the Terrorblade. Like, he just, you know, I was thinking, oh, he's gonna play a Terrorblade. You can have an idea of how he's, you know, the level he's gonna play at. Mid is lost, top is lost, and you think, okay, he's farming pretty good, but he's not gonna be able to handle that. There's no way, and he just does. And fantastic performance. I think the last pick Terrorblade was better than the Ursa. I was recommending the Ursa, but against Marcy, Marcy against Ursa, you can control him, but you can't do the same thing with a Terrorblade because the illusions by themselves do enough damage. So a great pick by UDV, and congratulations on their first victory. They need a lot more to make it to the playoffs, but they're on the way.
Yeah, they are definitely starting off nicely. And yeah, like you say, it's very rare to see a Marcy lose a lane. Like, normally you can just chuck her against anything and she'll do really well, but apparently versus Treant Terrorblade, can't do anything at all. Just got destroyed again and again. So yeah, again, well done to UD Vessuwan taking game number 1 in this best of 2 series. Game number 2, guys, will be coming up in about 10 minutes time, so don't go anywhere. We got more dopes coming up.